everybody, it's me, Rebecca with Bex the Boss Designs, and I'm here with Willow, our rescue dog, and we are here to introduce our first video. Yay! See, it's the first video, and it is all about organizing my glitter and paint and all of those little things in my art room, and I'm going to show you what I use, how I did it, and ways you can get organized too. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, hold on though. Before I show you the actual video, I need to confess something, and maybe instead of telling you, I should just show you. Okay, now that you've seen that, let's get started on these cleaning videos because I seriously need to get my stuff together. Okay, let's talk about how I organize my glitter and all of the little teeny tiny things that sometimes art requires you to have. These racks I got at Home Goods. They were like $19.99 or $22.99, something like that. And so I just have the two of them next to each other here. And then I just got these white shelves at Primark, which is a kind of like a Forever 21 store, but it's based in the UK. They have some stores in the States. But this one, they're just $9. You can get any kind of shelving you want to put here. You could also just stack these shelves up here. But actually, by the time you spend $9 on all of these shelves, you end up spending more money than if you just got something that was already made like this. So I have these two things. This one is holding acrylic paint. This one is holding glitter. Now, I've been subscribing to this Glitter Love monthly, like a monthly box type of thing. And so she sends the glitters in these big boxes. So I'm going to start... I needed to find a way to reorganize the way that this is working here. So that's why I had to add these. I also have glitter in this box. I have glitter in that box. There's mica powder underneath. And so I kind of have stuff everywhere. So let's see how we can finally get myself organized. You notice the first thing is that I like to have everything by color. So all of the this is pinks. These are gold, white, and silver. These are blues and reds and pinks and purples. And then up the top are colors I don't use a lot, which are orange and green and some other random colors, or they have a big jar, they just don't fit anywhere. I'm going to use this to put some of the colors that I use a lot from this bin, because that way they're just easier to look at. And part of what I'm running into is that in my mind, I have, an idea of what I want to do with colors and things like that, but I don't really decide until I see it all spread out. And so for me and my artistic brain, it's really important for me to kind of see what I have. And I'm very, very much similar, or I think very similar when it comes to my personal closet and my organization of everything. I like things to be in kind of a system. And for me, for this, it's going to be colors. I don't like how this looks, so I'm going to redo this. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is go by bottle height order. So I can see the smaller bottles in the front, and then the medium, and then the taller ones in the back. Broke it down here is silver, golds, and then green, blue, purple, the whites and iridescents, black, pinks, and then I move the red up at the top with the browns and the yellows and the greens and the oranges, because those are colors that I tend not to use. You can always tell, you can tell what colors you use the most by, how many you've used and how messy it is, I think. Okay, so that is how I'm going to organize this. So let's move on to the glitter. So as you can see, it's a similar situation. I tried I tried to put them in colors and things like that for the glitter. And basically the colors and the size of the bottle. So that's what I was trying to go for here. And as I'm adding more glitter, I'm finding that I'm running out of space. Let's get to it and let's do the same thing we did there over here. Now, a lot of the times when you get glitter, they will come in these bags. And so you could either leave them in these bags like I do, or peel the label off and put it on the container. You can buy blank glitter boxes. So if you wanted to do that, you could. And then just peel off what this is and stick it on there. I just keep them in the bags and then I put them in one of these bins so that they are stacked. And you have these little darn things that come with, sometimes when you order resin kits, you will get these little teeny tiny things. So I just keep them in these. I think I got these at the Dollar Tree too, I think. But I just keep them in there. I hardly use any of these, but sometimes you never know. There might be a little something in there. Same thing with these. If you order a small amount of glitter, or sometimes the girls, the boys, the men, the businesses will send you little, ones to try. And so they'll be in little packets like that. So another thing to use from the Dollar Tree, I use these and I just stick them in here. If the bags are smaller, I have this other smaller container, which I think I got at the Dollar Tree too. And I just stick them because I sometimes order shells for the resin, or little, like these are rocks, different colored rocks. And they just come in these smaller containers. And so when they come in here, I want to make sure that they're just organized and separate. I think I finally got that organized. Okay, now let's go through these bins because I want to go back, and now that I've taken a lot of the colors out of here, I want to then reorganize each bin so they all fit right here on this bookshelf here. Now, this bookshelf and my desk that I got originally just to use as a desk and a bookshelf, but it has now turned into like this whole art system. But they're from Wayfair, I think. I don't remember what the name of the set is, but really you can even do the square bookshelves at IKEA that are very cheap, or those the things that they sell them at Target, anything with the squares where you can put these bins. These bins are from Target. I absolutely love them. They're very thick. The edges are stiff so they don't like flop over. Some of the cheaper ones, when you fill up, they bend. I'll show you like this one. I don't love this one as much because it's very like pliable. These are from Home Depot. But I really do like the thicker Target ones. I have mica powder, I have gold leaf, I have floating gold, I have all sorts of other resin additions that I need to figure out how to organize. So I'm gonna do this, and as I go, I will tell you what I'm doing. These are, don't mind the mess back here. It is absolutely, we'll get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna work our way all the way around this mess, and by the end, I am going to see how long I can keep it nice and tidy and organized. These Arteza things are my favorite. They come, I bought these when I first started doing resin because I really wasn't sure what I was doing. I wanted to be able to try a bunch of different things, but I needed it to be affordable. So I went and I got these Arteza. These are the mica powders. So, and they come in this nice kit, but what is nice about this is I can just keep it in the box. So they are just all organized. They labeled the top so you can keep them right here in the box. And the same thing I did with their glitters. So again, I didn't know what I was doing. I wanted a bunch of glitter. I didn't want to buy all these glitters at once. So I ordered their extra fine glitter jars. There's 54 colors in here. And you can see in here, now I wish they'd have the colors labeled on the top here like they do on those. But these are nice because they are just a little jar and you don't really need a lot of glitter when you're doing a lot of resin stuff. So you can see I have probably used, the silver is probably the color I've used the most, but I've dabbled in a little of all of the colors here, but I still have a significant amount left where you know, if I didn't have one of the bigger jars to go to, I would probably have the color in here. So if you're getting started and you just want to try a bunch of stuff, but you don't want to commit to buying a whole bunch of huge bottles, I would encourage you to get something like this. And the Arteza stuff is, you know, it's nice quality. It's not crazy expensive. They usually have sales. And so I'll link to these. Anything in this video, I will link to in the bottom of the video. So in the description, I'll make sure to put everything in there. So if you're like, oh, I really want those, or I want to try this, you know, stuff, you'll be able to find it right then and there. So you won't have to wait for me to respond in the comments to tell you, you know, like what it is. Are these mica powders. These were the first mica powders that I got to try. You can get them on Amazon. These are for like soap dye or cosmetics, but they come in these little packets like this. It's another nice opportunity to try something without spending a lot of money. I recently did the same thing with the MySpring. I have some of their bigger colors. That's not that, but anyway, I have some of their bigger colors that I knew I would use a lot, but I wanted to try some of the other like metallic gem colors. So that's, I went ahead and ordered a packet of those. If you find yourself using a lot of something, just buy a big jar of it. It's worth it to keep having to fill up on the smaller stuff. Not everything you buy you're gonna love. So I bought these, I don't even know what they were. They were like on clearance at Michael's or Joann's or somewhere. And I just really don't care for these. I actually might just throw these. I don't know if I'm gonna throw these out or what, but they're just, they don't blend. They're supposed to be like resin color, but they're terrible. These are just terrible. They're the only product that I've purchased in the last year that's, I don't know what this, like I'm almost afraid to use this in the resin to be like, what is going on here? So we're gonna just put these aside. I use a lot is Mod Podge. I use Mod Podge, I use glue, I use E6000, I use all sorts of sticky stuff, and those are in another container. So let's see how we can organize those. Pretty self-explanatory. I just put them in there. But anything that was like broken or this one I just want to actually keep pretty organized. But I actually have some Mod Podge up here that needs a home. I'm gonna put it back. Now I have another bin, and this is where I put just random things that I need. So these are bumpers that I use for the backs of my artwork, and I put it on the back of the coasters I make and the trays. So I have a various size of those. I have sanding pads. But do I really need to have a whole bin for these? That is the big question. I think I'm exploding out of this bin. And I might need the bigger bin. Okay, when you use resin, you use a lot of stirring sticks and cups and things like that. I just get the cheapest, whatever the cheapest thing is. So these are just the cheapest Dixie cups that I could find. These are shot glasses I found when I first started. They were like on clearance, so I bought them, but these are hefty. You don't need these. This is a Dollar Tree, just like little art project box. And I just keep my stir sticks, my wood stir sticks in here. And I should probably put these toothpicks in here. And these are Dollar Tree craft sticks. I don't know if you know this, but you can actually order Dollar Tree stuff online. Now, you can't just buy one item. Typically, you have to buy a few. But if you know you're going to use a bunch of these, like 10 of them, you might be able to buy 10 packs and get them on DollarTree.com to save you a trip going to the store. So I'll find these on the Dollar Tree's website, and I'll stick them in the description of this video also. Fun fact about me, you should know that I was really good at Tetris. I played it a lot growing up, and I think that there's just something in my brain when I do any kind of organization stuff like this that I just move it around until I can fit the most amount of stuff into the bin, and the way that I want it to go. There's some more glue. We're gonna stick that back in here. It's pretty much all organized for right now, and then as I find stuff, I'll be able to stick it back in there. Well, that's it for today. Hopefully I gave you some great tips and tricks to get your stuff organized. I will come back with multiple parts of this video so we can finish organizing and purging and cleaning my whole art room. And it's gonna take quite a few videos. So I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.